The first time Donald Trump ever took office, he made a bold approach to trade with China, slapping hefty taxes, known as tariffs, on a wide range of Chinese products. His goal? To fix what he saw as an unfair trade relationship and give American businesses a boost. These tariffs set off a heated economic showdown between the two biggest economies in the world. The idea was simple: put pressure on China to change the way it does business, especially when it came to protecting American inventions and technology. Now in his current term, Trump is doubling down. He's pitching a fresh 10% tax on Chinese imports, making it a key part of his America First trade plan. This move pushes government agencies to focus on American businesses first, using tariffs as a tool to cut down on trade imbalances and bring more manufacturing jobs back home. The administration argues that these policies aren't just about money, they're also about security. They claim that China's trade practices are unfair and that stricter rules are necessary to keep the U.S. economy safe. But the crackdown hasn't stopped there. In recent years, the U.S. has tightened the screws even further, restricting China's access to cutting-edge technology, especially in the world of semiconductors, the tiny chips that power everything from smartphones to artificial intelligence. Washington has put up roadblocks to prevent China from getting its hands on the tools and machines needed to make these advanced chips. Officials say it's about slowing China's progress in key industries that could give it a technological and military edge. Yet instead of retaliating with more tariffs, China has taken an unexpected route, one that no one saw coming. China has taken a surprising turn in the global tech race, shaking up the AI industry in a way no one saw coming. Instead of retaliating with tariffs or restrictions, it's chosen a different battleground: artificial intelligence. And at the center of this shift is a company called DeepSeek. DeepSeek, a rising tech powerhouse, has just unveiled an AI model that's turning heads worldwide. Known as R1, this new system isn't just keeping up with leading US models like OpenAI's GPT, it's matching, and in some cases even surpassing them. But what's really making waves isn't just its capabilities, it's how cost-effective it is. While US companies rely on expensive, high-performance chips from firms like NVIDIA, DeepSeek has managed to build something just as powerful using cheaper, homegrown technology. This breakthrough has completely upended the way people think about AI development, proving that cutting-edge innovation doesn't always require sky-high costs. The reaction was immediate, and the shockwaves hit Wall Street like an earthquake. On January 27, 2025, the Nasdaq, packed with major tech companies, took a steep dive, dropping 3.1%, its worst single-day fall in over a month. The S&P 500 also felt the impact, sliding 1.5% as investors scrambled to make sense of what this meant for the future of American tech. Not everyone took a hit, though. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, which tracks a broader mix of industries, actually inched up slightly, thanks to strong performances from healthcare and consumer-focused companies. But the biggest blow landed squarely on some of America's tech giants. NVIDIA, a key player in the AI revolution, saw its stock plummet by a staggering 17%, wiping out a jaw-dropping $465 billion in market value. Microsoft and Google's parent company Alphabet weren't spared either, with both stocks slipping by around 4%, sending a clear message that investors were rattled about where US tech stands in this shifting landscape. As the dust settled, President Trump weighed in, calling DeepSeek's rise a major wake-up call for American tech firms. He warned that if the US wanted to stay ahead, it needed to double down on innovation, and fast. American tech companies just got a wake-up call they never saw coming. Instead of fighting a trade war, China has quietly played a different game, beating the US at its own AI race. And leading the charge is a once obscure startup that has now flipped the script on artificial intelligence. Meet DeepSeek. Founded in 2023 by two visionary engineers, Liang Wenfeng and Hong Zhu, this Chinese company started small but has now become the center of a global technology storm. Their latest breakthrough, an AI system called R1, has stunned industry experts, proving that cutting-edge artificial intelligence doesn't have to come with an eye-watering price tag. Unlike American tech giants that rely on ultra-expensive hardware like NVIDIA's top-tier GPUs, DeepSeek has managed to build something just as powerful using low-cost, locally sourced alternatives. The result? An AI model that matches and in some cases outperforms the best that US companies have to offer at a fraction of the cost. Our R1 isn't just another chatbot. It can understand human language with incredible accuracy, analyze images and videos with ease, and even power advanced technologies like self-driving cars and automated security systems. It's versatile, powerful, and most importantly, cheap to develop. The impact was immediate. Stock markets took a nosedive as investors panicked over what this meant for American tech. Microsoft, Google's parent company Alphabet, and Meta all saw their stock prices tumble, wiping out billions in market value. But the biggest shock hit Nvidia, the company that supplies the world's most powerful AI chips. Its stock tanked, erasing a staggering $600 billion from its valuation in a single blow. The timing couldn't be worse for US policymakers who had spent years trying to slow China's technological progress by restricting access to advanced semiconductor chips and AI hardware. But DeepSeek's success has made one thing clear. China has found a way to innovate on its own, sidestepping the restrictions and pushing AI to new heights. And if that wasn't enough, DeepSeek then did something no one expected. It made R1 completely open source. That means anyone, anywhere in the world can use, tweak, and improve upon it for free. It's a direct challenge to the American tech industry, where AI models are tightly controlled and locked behind corporate walls. The tech world just got a major shakeup, and it's coming from an unexpected place. A once unknown Chinese startup, DeepSeek, has burst onto the scene, forcing industry leaders and investors to rethink everything they thought they knew about artificial intelligence. For years, the belief was simple: only companies with massive budgets and cutting-edge hardware could dominate AI. But DeepSeek has just flipped that idea on its head. With a fresh approach and cost-effective technology, they've built an AI model that's proving just as powerful as those created by American giants like OpenAI and Google. And they did it without breaking the bank. This sudden rise has sparked big discussions about the future of AI and global tech leadership. While some see it as an exciting leap forward, others have raised concerns. Critics worry about how much influence the Chinese government might have over DeepSeek, particularly when it comes to how their AI model handles politically sensitive topics. Then there's another issue. By making its AI open source, DeepSeek has invited developers from around the world to use and improve upon it. While that sounds like a win for innovation, it also raises serious ethical concerns. Without restrictions, this technology could easily fall into the wrong hands, leading to potential misuse in ways that are difficult to control. Even with these concerns, there's no denying that DeepSeek's success has sent a clear message. Big budgets aren't the only path to groundbreaking innovation. Their rapid rise has shattered the long-held belief that only the richest tech companies can lead the AI revolution. Instead, they've proven that creativity, efficiency, and smart engineering can be just as powerful as deep pockets. And the financial world has taken notice. DeepSeek's breakthrough has thrown global markets into turmoil, with investors scrambling to adjust to this unexpected shift in the industry. One of the biggest casualties? Nvidia, the company which supplies the advanced chips that power most AI models, saw its stock plunge by 17%, wiping out an astonishing $600 billion in market value almost overnight. Other major tech firms, including Microsoft, Meta, and Google's parent company Alphabet, also suffered steep losses as nervous investors reconsidered the future of American dominance in AI. DeepSeek's emergence has forced a tough question: if a smaller, resourceful company can achieve results that rival the biggest names in the business, what does that mean for the future of billion-dollar AI investments? The shockwaves from this development are being felt across the entire industry, leaving everyone from executives to investors wondering what happens next. For years, the US has tried to slow down China's technological rise, using everything from trade restrictions to export bans. The idea was simple: if China couldn't get its hands on the latest and greatest tech, it would struggle to keep up. But that assumption may have been a mistake. DeepSeek, a once unknown startup, has just proven that China doesn't need access to cutting-edge Western technology to build world-class artificial intelligence. They've done it their own way, by thinking differently, working smarter, and making the most of what they have. Instead of relying on high-performance chips from companies like Nvidia, DeepSeek has optimized its AI software to work with more affordable homegrown hardware. This shift has allowed China to sidestep the restrictions meant to slow it down. And this isn't happening by accident. China has been playing the long game, pouring resources into education, research, and talent development. Many of the country's top AI experts studied at elite universities abroad, only to return home with the knowledge needed to push China forward. This reverse brain drain has given China an edge, helping it close the gap with the West despite ongoing trade restrictions. The push for self-sufficiency doesn't stop at AI software. With the US limiting China's access to advanced semiconductor manufacturing tools, Chinese researchers have found creative ways to keep moving forward. Older generation chips, once thought to be obsolete, are now being repurposed for cutting-edge AI applications. Meanwhile, the Chinese government is doubling down on efforts to build a domestic semiconductor industry that no longer relies on American technology. The success of DeepSeek's AI model is proof that these strategies are paying off. Against all odds, they've built an AI system that competes with, and in some cases outperforms, what Silicon Valley has to offer. And they did it without the latest, most expensive hardware. This breakthrough has sent shockwaves through the financial world. Investors who once believed American tech dominance was untouchable are now questioning that assumption. Nvidia, a company that once seemed unstoppable, saw its stock plunge by 17%, a historic single-day loss that wiped out $465 billion in market value. Other US tech giants, including Microsoft, Meta, and Alphabet, have also taken massive hits as Wall Street scrambles to adjust to this new reality. But the fallout goes beyond financial losses. DeepSeek's rise is forcing a hard conversation about the effectiveness of US trade policies. The idea that limiting China's access to key technologies would preserve American dominance isn't holding up. Instead, it has pushed China to become more independent, more innovative, and more determined to compete on the world stage. And the implications go beyond AI. The US has spent years relying on tariffs and trade barriers to protect its industries, believing that isolation would provide a competitive advantage. But instead of strengthening American companies, these policies have driven innovation elsewhere. While the US has been playing defense, China has been building, experimenting, and adapting, proving that success isn't just about having the best tools, but about knowing how to use what you have. Now, the cracks in the old strategy are starting to show. US companies once confident in their dominance are being forced to reassess their position. And as the world watches, one question looms large: what comes next? If you found this video informative, be sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe.